Hello. Today I'm going to show loading screen kit for Advanced Scene Manager. It's a small little pack that can help you create loading screens using the Unity toolkit if you really want to use that over the classic canvas. So for this project I am using the Fantasy Kingdom demo set here to test things out, and it's quite heavy and not most optimized, so there will be some spikes in when I show the loading screen, and just be aware of that. The loading screen kit, when you import it, it will end up in assets, unlike Advanced Scene Manager that we put in packages. This is so you can simply or easily modify anything you want to use. You can change the sample to fit how you want it to look, and you can change all scripts and components or how you, if you want to change something in it. It's a lot easier to do that if it's in the assets. Let's just show real quick what we got to work with. The sample, like I said, it's quite heavy, so as you can see, it's a bit stuttery because the scene is very heavy and I have a lot of stuff in awake and start method. But the loading screen contains the most things you need, hopefully. If there's something missing, give me a shout out and I'll see what I can add that we can use. We have the classic hints quote thingy that's going on. We have press any key to start. You can add. We have spinners. We have, you saw this one was a arc progress. We have total progress, simple progress. I will go through all of them when we open the builder. But press any key to start. There we go. And this is the heavy scene, as you can see here. I've separated them into multiple, and they're very heavy. A little bit smoother progress when we go back to the main menu. So as with every loading screen in Advanced Scene Manager, you need to add the loading screen script to it that inherits from loading screen. With this kit, you don't actually have to add anything into the on-open and on-close events or the on-progress listener. The components in the pack is made to listen to those events manually. But for this script, I do the fading of the background. If you notice, if you saw it, so fade in, fade out effect. So that's all the script does in this example, the fading. So opening the UI document here, I recommend that you maybe build from this one so you can see how everything works and just remove what you don't want, because the components have the progress bar has the default values that you kind of need for it to work. I decided to do this instead of how Unity does it. They have their own progress bar here that comes with some annoying styling that you have to remove through USS, and I didn't want to do that, so I made my own progress bar. So instead of scaling this progress here, I instead move it, as you can see here. So if this is working well for you, I think it was better, please give some feedback on that. But yeah, so I will remove that. Okay, so first off, where are the components? You go to Project, Custom Controls, Loading Screen Kit. And here we have components, which contains controls, progress bar, spinners, text. So let's look at them. The text components are the I added the quote label that you can write quotes for. You know, classic. And all the components have in the attributes have the things that you can modify and try out. So quote label does not do anything with Advanced Scene Manager. It's there. Progress value is this one you see here. This one listens to, does not listen to Advanced Scene Manager. Hear me out. This one just No, actually not that one, that's the press any key. There we go. Progress value. This one, the components that listen to something to Advanced Scene Manager, they listen to a controller that listens to Advanced Scene Manager. That may be a bit confusing, but these components that's supposed to display something like the text or the progress bar here, they only listen to a float value, a normalized float value, so from 0 to 1. And it doesn't care what anything else does, it just wants a value. And that's why we have the controllers. So we have the total progress here. This one sends an event to all the children, to all the first children here. This one listens to Advanced Scene Managers on progress. This one will send a normalized value to other components down here. But yeah, for this progress value text that we added, you can modify its value here. It needs to be a child of a controller, so it will display the value. And that's basically it. The progress bars here does the same thing. They are added as a child to total progress controller again, or simple progress controller. That difference between the total progress and the simple progress is that the simple just takes whatever it's in here. If it's 100% and then it's 0%, it will jump around. Okay, so that's simple. It does not do anything special. And we can actually look at the code for that. It components, progress. Open the simple progress controller. So yeah, it subscribes to the on progress change, and it just sets the value. It just sends the value to any children. You might not want every iLoad progress type, so you can set your desired. And if you make your own progress data interfaces, that you should look at the other tutorials for that. Yeah, how you make your own iLoad progress data and report progress to the loading screen. For example, if you have report progress for every NPC that's been loading, you might want to have a NPC load progress data instead, and you want to only show that. You can do that here. So in the simple progress controller here, and you can track unloading of scenes, and you can also just give it a quick test here in the attributes. So that's it for that. Total, same. For this total progress, I only wanted to listen to the scene load progress data. The difficult part about making a total progress is that I have no idea what you will report after the initial scene loading. So I can only predict. Yeah, I can only predict these scenes that will be loaded. But if you load scene after, like in start or on collection open, and you decide, oh, I want this scene, I cannot predict that in any good way. So if you want to show that, you can add it, absolutely, everything, and then it will start jumping, I guess, a little bit, but not as much as simple progress. So keep that in mind. Yeah, the loading progress bar, very simple, not much to do. It has smoothing. So unlike the Unity's progress bars, I have actually two bars in this one to show the progress and one to show the a preview. Like you can see this little let's try it out actually, see if we can notice it. But actually a bit too quick. I think maybe it's the same color, so give it something else. Oh, not the text. The background. Let's give it something else, maybe. Linear, I think that's the right one. I'm just gonna, yeah, so you can see the preview is a bit quicker, so you can see that if you want this effect, we can have that. So yeah, adding smoothing to the loading linear progress bar, you might want to take that into consideration that this might not be done the same time as the actual scene loading is done, so should probably add a little bit of delay here, like new wait for fixed, nope, wait for, I can't wait for new seconds to yield return, like maybe give it a little bit of delay in the on close before you actually close it, or it's going to close in the middle of the loading bar. But this is stuff that you will figure out when you make it. In this sample, however, I use the press on any key to start, and this one actually listens to a keystroke or a mouse stroke when the opacity is full, like this one. So when it's like this, it doesn't take any information until it's fully loaded. So I can actually leverage that, not in here, like here on enable, I can leverage that to give this a little bit of delay before I want to show the press on any key together with the transform animation here. So I have a delay on 1.2 that is a little bit more than the total progress. So when the loading is done, looking here at the press any key to continue, yeah, so this one starts disabled. So yes, it listens to register callback, loading screen close phase event just before the loading screen is about to close. Then it enables the press any key, then it fades it in, or yeah, fades it in, sets the opacity, or actually it doesn't fade it in, the component itself had the transition when it's on enabled to fade it in. And once the opacity is 1, then it starts to listen to any button, or if you're using the new input system, it listens to also any button. So yeah, keep that in mind for some of these components when you add, if they have smoothing, you might want to add a delay some way or another, like I do with the press and key start. I added it as a transition before it starts listening. Oh, I forgot to mention the visual controller. I don't remember if I mentioned this, but total progress controller and a simple progress controller, it sends the event to the nearest child. So this one has a listener on it. However, maybe you want to add a parent between here or a child under here to style something or move it something or align it in another way. If you do it with the visual element here, like this, it will not receive the event, because I wanted to avoid stepping through every child in case it's very, very deep. There's no point in sending event to everything. So instead of using the visual element for that, we want to pass the event down an extra step. We use the visual controller as parent, like this, or another controller. Anything that basically has a control interface on it, which all of these controllers does inherit. So if you want to make your own, add a eye controller, and it listens. Okay, so it's just a visual element with the night controller. It doesn't do anything special. But use that as a parent instead, like here, if you want to add and any different parenting styles. I don't know, maybe you want maximum padding. Yeah, use the visual controller for that. Disable on event listens to different events from Advanced Scene Manager that you can control here. Might not be the easiest to know what does what, but yeah, try it out, I guess. Loading screen close face event. Well, it's so for this example, I disable the progress value text so I can replace it with the press any key. If you remember me showing that, I'll show that again. So yeah, to avoid the stacking of text here, I have the disable on event controller. So let's see what it looks like again. So first the text here shows the progress, and then it fades out and gets replaced with press any key. So that is two different elements, progress value and press any key. So I use the animation transition to blend between it and disable on event controller to disable the 100. So this one sends a, so this one sets itself to disabled, and you can see here the text fades out because it listens to disabled what's it called, selector. The yeah, I don't remember the name of it, but the selector. So that's how that's done. That's why I think that you should build from the sample project first. Yeah, and the same thing with the enable, just it enables itself, starts disabled, enables itself when it reaches a point in time, I guess. So add it somewhere. And your callback, which one you want to use. Maybe you want to use after a scene has been preloaded, I think this means, or before or after. You do that, and then you can add your text in there, or any other component maybe. Have I talked about everything yet? Spinners, I guess. These has nothing to do with Advanced Scene Manager. It was just fun to make, and I really like to have spinners in my loading screen. So all of these moving parts here is spinners. You can see how I set it up. These have a bit more things to modify, how fast they're, or how slow, I guess. Yeah, and direction, the curve, which you can see this one, outer one, has a curve on it. Hard to select to make this little effect. It grows and shrink. It's the classic spinner you see everywhere nowadays. Different colors maybe. It blends between colors, you know. I think it's the Google classic. There's also the texture one. This one is a bit special. As you can see, it's a triangle spinning. Let's add it up. Wow, okay. So yeah, it has a element spinning that's rendering a texture, and it's a mesh that I have triangulated, I guess, and then UV mapped the 0, 1 and center, so you can create a texture to that. Let's add a texture to it. See if I can actually turn it off. There we go. Add a texture. I don't think I have a texture, but this one you can see how it looks. So it creates a triangle from center to the edges, so you can create texture here. Let me know if this works well for you, or maybe we need another spinner. Maybe there's another interesting spinner we can add. So yeah, send me some feedback on that. This one I know starts with 0, 0 height, so I'm just gonna add 100 and 100 so that it actually spins around something. speed, save it so it starts. Yeah, you can see it rotates the texture. This one also has steps. You can, yeah, make it look laggy, I guess. So yeah, that's the texture spinner. Play around with that. There's something else I haven't talked about. I don't think so. Arc progress I've talked about. I think it's that again, child of total progress controller. So we have a progress, textured arc progress like the spinner. You can have a texture if you want to make a loading bar from that. So yeah, this package is in an early stage, not much in it, but I would appreciate some feedback on it. See how it's to work with, how it's to use, how you like it, what can be added, what can be changed. Thank you.